So as a church in about 2016, we developed a mission that said we're working together to connect isolated people with God's family. And over time, we realized that what we wanted to do was figure out how to repurpose part of our church space to use it for the good of the community. We have 25,000 square feet of space, and our congregation does not need all of that space. So we started thinking around 2019, what do we want to do? How do we want to use this space? And it was in really a lot of listening conversations we had with both folks in our church and in our broader community, where we started to realize that mental health is the key issue that we really felt like we could address in our community. And what we started to say and connect the dots with was, hey, we could actually do something to address the needs of mental health. And so over time, that's how this vision for Healing Tree began to be established. We started to think about what would it look like to have therapists and counselors.
It's a project that I think is going to really make a difference in our community. I've talked to therapists that I know who are very excited about the idea that there's a place in this part of Cary that will offer these services. My own family has struggled with mental health challenges throughout my life. I have a family member who has some severe mental health struggles, and the idea that the church that I belong to and that I can be a part of is doing something to help in a ministry like this is really appealing.
What excites me is to know that there will be individuals who will be learning about themselves and growing, and the ways in which that they can take that growth home and then influence their families, and the ways in which that will communicate growth to the people that they connect with, and the ways in which our community will get healthier one individual at a time, and the ways in which mental health will be increased and improved in our community because of what Macedonia United Methodist Church has chosen to do.
Yeah, so when I think about this hope I have for a sabbatical, I think about Pete Scazzero has this line where he talks about knowing yourself, that you might know God. And one thing that I really hope to gain from a renewal leave would be that I go a little bit deeper into knowing myself. My hope is to connect with a spiritual director and actually work on Enneagram practices in that, and understanding both myself and also how I show up, both in good ways and in the not so good ways. And then also to give the church the opportunity to know themselves that they might know God, to bring in someone who might be able to lead an Enneagram workshop with church members, to read and process some of the same things that I'll be processing and thinking through, so that when I come back on the other end as a church community, we might have our rootedness established in that kind of image of the healing tree, and so that we're able to be connected with ourselves and connected with God in a better way that also allows us to understand the people who might be coming through our doors in this mental health facility also.
For someone to be able to dive to the depths of themselves and to get to discover the parts of themselves that they need to get in touch with to allow them to be whole and to be a full person is a very important journey, and one that can lead to healing. And so for Kevin to be able to go on his own journey to get in touch with his roots can be a very powerful source of wholeness for him, that he can come back to the congregation and share from a space of newness, a space of self-discovery, a space of richness that had he not gone on a sabbatical, he wouldn't be able to do.
So I look forward to having a chance to kind of connect with that rootedness that happens, by actually laying your feet in that soil and having a chance to kind of connect to the kind of the ground you're planted on.